Preface to the Radio Boys Trailing a Voice. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Tom Hirsch. The Radio Boys Trailing a Voice by Alan Chapman. Preface by Jack Binns. Within a comparatively short time after this volume is published, the human voice will be thrown across the Atlantic Ocean under conditions that will lead immediately to the establishment of permanent telephone communication with Europe by means of radio. Under the circumstances, therefore, the various uses of radio which are so aptly outlined in it will give the reader an idea of the tremendous strides that have been made in the art of communicating without wires during the past few months. Of these, one of the most important, which, by the way, is dealt with to a large extent in the present volume, is that of running down crooks. It must not be forgotten that criminals, and those criminally intent, are not slow to utilize the latest developments of the genius of man, and radio is useful to them also. However, the forces of law and order inevitably prevail, and radio, therefore, is going to be increasingly useful in our general police work. Another important use, as outlined in this volume, is in the detection of forest fires, and in fact generally protecting forest areas in conjunction with aircraft. With these two means, hundreds of thousands of acres can now be patrolled in a single day more efficiently than a few acres were previously covered. Radio is an ideal boy's hobby, but it is not limited to youth. Nevertheless, it offers a wonderful scope for the unquenchable enthusiasm that always accompanies the application of youthful endeavor. And it is a fact that the majority of the wonderful inventions and improvements that have been made in radio have been produced by young men. Since this book was written, there has been produced in this country the most powerful vacuum tube in the world. In size, it is small, but in output, it is capable of producing 100 kilowatts of electrical power. 3 such tubes will cast the human voice across the Atlantic Ocean under any conditions and transmit across the same vast space the world's grandest music. 10 of these tubes, joined in parallel at any of the giant transmitting wireless telegraph stations, would send telegraph code messages practically around the world. End of preface by Jack Binns. Recording by Tom Hirsch.